How do you know if you are ready to start working with an ADHD coach? You may have been diagnosed with ADHD, or maybe you just suspect that you might have ADHD. Maybe you've heard how ADHD coaches can help from a YouTube video or from a book that you read. Your doctor or therapist may have even said to you that working with an ADHD coach can be one of the best non-medicated ways to manage your ADHD. And frankly, you might be a little exhausted buying all the programs or joining all the groups or reading all the books to help manage your life as an ADHD mom and ADHD entrepreneur. Well, maybe you're buying and starting the books, but a lot of times not finishing them. But in the end, you just feel like you're going in circles rather than making any real progress. But before you slap down that credit card on another hopeful solution, I want to make sure that you are going to get the most out of the money that you spend in hiring an ADHD coach. I want to make sure that you understand what ADHD coaching typically entails, which is why on today's episode of the ADHD Mompreneur, we are going to discuss what ADHD coaching is, along with what I call my 3 phases of embracing ADHD, so that you know where you are and you can get the most out of the time, energy, effort, and money you might put into ADHD coaching. But before we delve into our topic today, I would like to take a minute to introduce myself, just in case you're new here. I'm Christy Lingo, and I'm the ADHD Mompreneur. I'm an ADHD coach specializing in executive function and accountability support for ADHD mom business owners. My goal is to help ADHD mom entrepreneurs thrive in their business while juggling all that comes along with family life. If you'd like to learn more about my programs and how I could support you, be sure to visit theadhdmompreneur.com. And while you're there, pick up my free 11 essential checklists for ADHD mompreneurs. These fully customizable checklists help you make fewer mistakes, feel more organized, and improve your productivity. So be sure to grab yours today by visiting bit.ly/checklists for ADHD mompreneurs, or by following the link in the show description. So before I delve into how to know if you are ready to work with an ADHD coach, let's define what an ADHD coach is, because it might actually not even be what you're looking for. In a nutshell, ADHD coaching helps you to develop skills and coping strategies for managing your life in the neurotypical world. Typically, ADHD coaching is more of an educational process that helps you improve your daily functioning in your home life, your work life, or both. Every coach's approach and skill set is going to be a little bit different. Some may focus more on productivity and work-related skills by helping you with planning, goal setting, and follow-through by way of accountability. Others may help you develop strategies for time management and organizing all the things and commitments and events in your life. Coaching is different from therapy because where coaching focuses on action and developing skills, therapy focuses on healing and improving your emotional life. And if you'd like to learn more about the difference between coaching and therapy, you can check out my video from a few months ago, which I will link to in the show description. Okay, now that we know what an ADHD coach is, let's finish up today by talking about how to know if we are ready to hire an ADHD coach to help us develop skills and take action. When I first started working with ADHD mom business owners, everybody that came to me was 1,000% sure that they wanted to work with an ADHD coach. But in actuality, some of them weren't quite there yet. It's not that I was mean or aggressive or didn't know what I was doing. It's just you really need to be in the right headspace if someone's going to be checking in on you and saying, "Hey, I know you said you wanted to work on that thing today, and I'm just checking in to see how your progress went." Or, "Hey, can I get a status update on this task before we meet the next time? Because I want to see you succeed. And probably because of my ADHD people-pleasing tendencies, I also want you to think I'm doing a good job and actually following through on the promises that I've made to you." This is why I came up with this self-evaluation to help you see if you are ready to start working with an ADHD coach to make the changes that you need to make in order to develop the skills that are going to improve your life. It's what I call the 3 phases of embracing ADHD. The first step is awareness. Awareness around how your neurodiverse brain operates differently. You need to create an awareness around certain executive function challenges you might experience, like working memory challenges or being able to transition out of a hyperfocus mode. You can develop a better awareness about your ADHD symptoms by reading books, watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, or going to webinars, or talking to your doctor or therapist, just to name a few. Once you've developed an awareness around what ADHD looks like for you, the second step is acceptance. Because it's one thing to realize that your brain operates differently. It's a completely different thing to accept the fact that you may need to change some things in order to support and accommodate it, or that you may need additional or different support in order to function in the neurotypical world. Accepting that you may need to write down all the things because you simply cannot remember things if you don't write them down. Or that you need to set alarms throughout the day to remind you to start or stop certain tasks. Or that you need to use a checklist every time you leave the house because you have a habit of forgetting important things when you walk out the door. These are all strategies that I put into place after my ADHD diagnosis to help me to cope with my busy life as a mom and an entrepreneur with ADHD. Before my diagnosis, I would beat myself up for forgetting things at the grocery store because I shouldn't have to write things down if I'm only getting 3 things, right? Or I would struggle with arriving places on time because I always convinced myself that I could fit one more thing in before walking out the door. I fought against using coping strategies for so long because in my head, I thought I should just be able to do this. Until I accepted that I wasn't like everyone else and I was going to need a little bit different accommodations. Trust me when I tell you that the sense of pride that you are going to feel when you finally start to follow through or stop forgetting things or start arriving places on time will far outweigh any sort of shame that you feel because you have to have certain accommodations in place for your unique brain. Now that we're aware of how our brain operates and we've accepted that we may need some specialized strategies to support our unique brains, it's time to take action. And that is where I come in. Because as an ADHD coach teaching you about executive function and accountability, I help you follow through and finally take action on all of these goals that you've set. Being honest about where you are in your ADHD journey can really help you to make the most out of any time, energy, effort, and money you put into ADHD coaching. I've been where you are, buying the courses, joining the programs, reading the books, watching the videos, looking for that one thing that's going to magically make it all make sense. But the fact is, you don't necessarily need something new or something more to be successful as an ADHD mom and entrepreneur. In fact, sometimes you might need less. Maybe what you need is someone to hold you accountable so you can finally take action on the things that you're learning in the course or the program that you're taking or the book that you're reading. And that is what an ADHD coach can help you do. If you've got any questions about ADHD coaching and if it's right for you, be sure to drop them in the comments down below. And if you're not watching on YouTube or Spotify, you can always email any questions that you have about coaching or anything else ADHD to Christy at theadhdmompreneur.com. And while you're down there leaving your comment, do me a favor and hit the like button or leave me a rating and double check that you've subscribed to the ADHD Mompreneur so you won't miss any of my upcoming episodes like next week when I'll be talking with ADHD money coach Sherry Andrew about managing your money and holiday finances. 'Tis the season. Until then, keep making your ADHD journey part of your success story. If you're a business owning mom with ADHD, you're going to need to grab my free customizable essential checklists for ADHD mompreneurs by visiting bit.ly/checklists for ADHD mompreneurs or by following the link in the episode description. Do it now before you forget. Until next time,